what you're going to do after you set all your settings, which the next step is to create all your forms. So to do this, you're going to go to Customize in the left navigation bar, and then we'll start with Checklists. So checklists are a way to stay organized. You can assign a checklist to a client. So this way, you can make sure that you complete all the tasks that you need to complete for that client. So to create a checklist, you're going to click Add Checklist, and then you're going to enter your checklist name. And then your checklist will be right here. And right now we don't have any fields, so if you click Preview, it'll be blank. So to add checklist field, you're going to hit this plus icon and enter your fields. And the form will remain up, so you can continue typing out your fields until you're ready to close it. All right, we have our fields entered. If I click the eyeball icon, this will allow me to preview my fields. And if you want to reorder the fields, you can just click this icon right here and drag and drop wherever you want it, and it'll reorder it. You'll see when we preview it, it's changed. So number 3 is in the middle and 2 is on the bottom. And if I want to just switch it back, I can switch it back, and it saves automatically. Field 1, 2, 3. And whenever you click these, they cross them out so you can see that you're complete with the field. And then, of course, you can edit your checklist. You can edit your fields, and you can delete your fields and delete your checklist. If you want to delete just a field, you'll do that here. If you want to delete your entire checklist and all your fields, you'll do that here. Now we're going to talk about contracts. So you're going to want to go to Customize Contracts. And I've already created a template here, but what you're going to want to do is click Create Template. And you can add all your information here, your template name. These are data tokens. So for instance, if I want to put the client's name, I just click it and it'll add it into the box. And when this gets sent to the client, it'll actually replace this with the client's name. So you can see here, I did it right here on my contract. And when I send that to a client, it'll automatically populate the client's name. The eyeballs to view, the edit button here allows you to edit, but it also allows you to brand your contract, so you can add a logo into your contract here. You just choose a file, click submit, and you're good to go. And then you can delete a contract. Next is embeddable forms. So the embeddable forms are a way for you to embed this form. Think of it as like a contact form to generate leads. So you can embed this form onto your website, and anybody that comes to your website fills it out. It will send you an email notifying you that someone filled out the form, but it'll also add that person into the Essential Studio Manager as a potential client, and you'll receive a notification up here, and it'll say new potential client. So to create a form, you're just going to click Contact Form, and then these are the fields that we have. So we have first name, last name, email, phone number, referred by, session type, session date, session location, message, and then newsletter opt-in. Now you don't have to have all the fields. The fields that have the red asterisks are required, but any of these other fields you don't have to have if you don't want to. So if you don't want to use it, you just click the X and it goes away. And then we can come over here and do contact form and save. And then you can preview it, and you can see the phone number is not in there anymore. Here is the snippet of code. This is what you're going to need to put into your website in order for the form to show up. If you need help with this, if you're not, like code savvy, typically if you're using like a WordPress site or like Shopify, or there's like Wix, they typically have a section for you to put this code in. But if you can't do it, you can just email me and I will do it for you. Keep in mind there's a width and a height, and this might need to be adjusted for your website. So if you embed the form and it doesn't look correct for instance, not all the fields are showing up because the form isn't tall enough, then you'll have to just come in here, change the height or change the width until it looks the way you want it to. And then you can edit your form the same way that you did over here, and then you can delete your form. Next is invoices. I've already created an invoice, but you would want to click Create Invoice Template, enter your name, your invoice template. So this is going to go in the description section of the invoice. So if there's something that you typically add in your invoice that goes to all your clients, you would add that here, so that way you don't have to constantly type it whenever you create an invoice. You can choose to include a header. So the header is going to be like your branding. So you can choose a background color, and then you can upload a logo also. And you can see I did that here with this invoice. So I added the background color and then the logo. I just kind of threw something together. Now all this data in here, this is just mock-up data just to show you what the invoice looks like. You can edit the invoice template, and then you can also delete the invoice template. And you can have as many of these as you like. Next is questionnaires. So to create a questionnaire, you're going to click Create Questionnaire. And this is very similar to how the checklist works. So we'll go questionnaire. My questionnaire has been created. To add questions, just click the plus. All right, so we have those questions added, and this is what the questionnaire will look like. You can view questions, you can reorder your questions, you can edit, you can delete, and you can, so this upload icon is, again, it's branding for your questionnaires. What I want to do is I want to build a section specifically for branding so that you don't have to do this for each form. You would do it in your branding section, and then it'll be applied to all your forms. But currently this is how the branding is set up. So you would upload your header logo, and then anytime you send this, it will include that header logo. And the last thing you want to set up is your email templates. So you're going to click Create Template, and then we're going to go ahead and create it. And again, you have these data tokens that you can use inside your email templates. Let's see. And then down here, you have a couple defaults that you can set. So we have booking confirmations. So if you set this as a booking confirmation template, anytime you book a session, it's going to automatically email that client. So you won't have to worry about emailing them a booking confirmation. It will do it automatically. If it's not set, then you'll have to manually email them. Booking reminder, when I click this, you'll see another field appears, and it says enter the number of days you want the reminder email sent before the session. So say I set it for 7 days prior to the session. When it reaches 7 days prior to the session, it's going to automatically send a booking reminder for you so that you don't have to worry about it. And then receipts is any time that you mark a invoice as paid. If you have a default receipt template, it will automatically send a receipt to the client. We're going to go ahead and do this, click submit, and you'll see now I have my email template. I can view it, I can edit it, and in the edit feature, there's a send test email. So you can click this, hit submit, and you'll get the email and you can see what everything looks like. And then delete. All right, that's it for the customized sections. Your form should be all set up and ready to go now. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. My email is support@essentialstudiomanager.com. And have a good day.